I was born in a small town in Morocco called Safi. Our house was 15 minutes walk to the Atlantic Ocean. I woke up to the sound of waves, spent the day hustling and bustling in fresh fish markets, and ended it with one of the most healing sunsets in the world. I grew up in a neighborhood where education was not a priority. Out of my primary school, around 100 kids, I was the only one who managed to finish and earn a high school diploma. I was very lucky, because despite living on only 200 euros a month for a family of 5, my mother was an educated woman, one of the very few of her generation to have a STEM degree. My mom, Zahira, is a strong hijabi woman who faced societal stigma by initiating a divorce from my father and raising 3 boys as a single mom. She had deep love for math and science. I never forget how she used to wake me up by singing the periodic table. Zakaria, wake up. Je vais knoffen nam galses klar. She always taught us to dream big and aim for something greater. She wanted her 3 boys to achieve what she could not. At the age of 19, I finally got that dream opportunity to go and continue my studies in France. But we did not have the money. We didn't know how scholarships worked. We had no one in our family or neighborhood to guide us. But one thing was really certain: I really wanted to go. My mom saw me with tears in my eyes and asked me, "Zakaria, do you really want to go?" I said, "Yes, Mama, I really want to go. Trust me, I will make you proud." She said, "You will go." She went to the bank, asked for the maximum loan she could get, 2,000 euros, and gave it all to me. I went to France with 2,000 euros, paid 1,000 euro as a university fee, and survived on the remaining 1,000 euros for 3 months, until I miraculously managed to get a student loan and a scholarship. I got both of them. That's just, I graduated from one of the top universities in France, earning my master's degree at the age of 22. Soon after, I got a highly paid job at SAP as a software engineer, and over the next 5 years, I climbed the ranks to join the office of the CTO of SAP. I made it. But that's just one part of the story. Living by my life motto of dreaming big, I decided to leave this comfortable life behind me and aim for a bigger dream, starting my own company. That's the other part of the story of many migrant founders. We all share a long journey of resilience. We all carry the hopes of our families. And we have all faced German bureaucracy. Today, I would like to share with you my migrant story in Germany, from being recognized as a top talent to facing deportation, and how I believe the German authorities can make the path smoother for the next wave of migrant founders. At the age of 26, I was advising SAP leadership on augmented and virtual reality. Despite the prestige, it was not fulfilling. I craved a bigger challenge. So I decided to quit this dream job. But before quitting, I laid out a brilliant plan. Well, I thought it was brilliant. Part of this plan was to fix my residency in Germany since I was still on a blue card. So I went to the Ausländerbehörde, the immigration, and I explained all my plan. I met there Martin, and I brought with me my augmented reality headset to show him what we wanted to build. I saw sprinkles in his eyes. He jumped from happiness, and he told me, "Wow, that's truly impressive. We need more talent like you in Germany." Just send me all the documents. Everything will be fine. You will get your permanent residency. I left full of hope and super happy that I have chosen Germany to start my company. Months passed. I haven't heard back from the Ausländerbehörde, so I contacted them. A new person, Iris, replied and asked me to provide an employment certificate that I'm still employed and limited. I explained that I have already resigned and asked her to sync with her colleague, Martin. I thought after this email, everything will be fine. But it was not. A few months later, exactly 7 months after my initial application, a new person again, Patricia, contacts me, asking me again to resubmit the employment certificate that I'm still employed and limited. Again, I explained to her my situation, and again, I asked her to sync with her colleague, Martin. But Patricia was really strict. She was like, I am in charge right now. You have to provide me an employment certificate, period. I explained to her that I'm so busy with my startup. And I explained to her everything that has happened between me and Martin before. And weeks passed as I waited her understanding. I held on to the hope that she would understand my situation, and by any miracle, managed to talk to her colleague Martin. Until one evening, after a very, very long day of work, I got home and I found finally a letter from the Ausländerbehörde. I opened that letter. It had one sentence. We urge you to leave Germany immediately. We urge you to leave Germany immediately. I read it again and again. I was completely lost. I didn't know what it meant. Am I illegal the moment I read the letter? Would the police the next day come to my apartment and deport me? Maybe I should go and ask the Ausländerbehörde. But wait, what if they deport me on the spot? What will happen to my apartment, to my belongings, to my contracts, to my friends, to my startup? Did I just lose everything? I could not sleep that night. I spent the whole night searching for lawyers, working on a plan B. The next morning, I met 2 lawyers. I talked to them. They both made my case seem impossible. I met other migrant founders who faced similar issues with the Ausländerbehörde. I started feeling this is extremely unfair. And I felt our story should be told. So I wrote a very long post on social media explaining everything that happened to me. And it went viral. Suddenly, people from the Ausländerbehörde, people from Berlin Partners, people from the Chambers of Commerce, the IHK, even some political parties started contacting me. And my issue got resolved. Not only that, but a few years later, I literally went from facing deportation to becoming a German citizen. This is when I felt I really made it. But this story taught me one thing. As a founder, you need to be bold to start your company. But as a migrant founder, you need to be both bold and loud. You should not expect everyone to understand your struggles. Nor should you expect that everyone is really against you. Speak up and tell your story. Migrant founders are the backbone of the German startup ecosystem. 1 in every 5 founders here in Germany is a first-generation migrant founder. More astonishing, 60% of all the unicorns in Germany are founded by migrant founders. Migrant founders are not only the backbone of the German startup ecosystem, but the global ecosystem. Think of startup companies like NVIDIA, Stripe, Alphabet, Tesla, you name it. All of them are started by first-generation migrant founders. And in this global competition for talents, Germany should step up and make its case to attract the best entrepreneurs. Here are 3 recommendations from my side. First, create a simple, user-friendly software platform where we can apply and track our applications. This should not be that hard. And second, please review the entrepreneur visa requirements. The current requirements are more adapted to traditional small businesses, and they do not fit the concept of a high-growth startup. Startups are a different beast. Startups don't have funding from day one. It takes at least 2 years to secure funding. Startups are not profitable in the first year. In fact, it takes them years to generate the first revenue. And please stop requiring this 100 pages business plan. Startups use pitch decks to communicate their businesses. Investors invest hundreds of thousands on only these pitch decks. So authorities should step up and catch up with the industry standards. And the third recommendation, please include English in official documents. Entrepreneurs, migrant founders cite that dealing with German bureaucracy in German as their #1 concern. The next wave of world-changing companies is waiting to be built. Let's make sure Germany is where it all began. Thank you.